catch up what I thought I recorded but didn't. I put a new blade in the bandsaw, and that bandsaw is like freaking forever old, and you have to, it doesn't have the cool hydraulic release. So, but whatever. And it cuts. This is gonna be the test bend if it works. I am missing one part to the tubing bender, and I think they call that a keeper. It's this thing. I'm missing one of these for 1.5 inch. So yeah, needless to say, we're gonna try that and see if it works. If it doesn't, whatever, I'll call Pro Tools on Monday and see if they'll be kind enough to maybe point me in a direction I can just buy one and not have to buy the whole, like, that's a 180 degree die, my 1.5 inch. That die is really expensive. Now yes, I could buy the cheaper, like some Harbor Freight die or some crap, Eastwood die, but there's still, I'd rather not spend 200 bucks on a die just for a keeper. It's in this shithole somewhere. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, it's kind of gone downhill since we were out here like every 2 or 3 days working on stuff. I've had multiple people out here working on stuff. I've been working on stuff. It's just been nuts. Looking into hopefully converting my trash service into a dumpster. But when you live out in the middle of nowhere, nobody wants to bring you a dumpster, even though they used to supply you a dumpster not just a handful of years ago, but now they say they never did. So I don't know. People are stupid and lazy. Needless to say, I've got the concrete anchors, the masonry bit, the drive tool, the hardware, plus I rebought just some shitty cheap hardware for the seats so we can put the seats in the car. As you can see, you see the steering wheel? Steering wheel. Yep, I put the steering column back in because that's all we need. Seat, steering column, and that is it. The rest of everything else is built around the cage. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put the seats in there, and you know, I'll overbend it, but when I go to place the tube exactly, I want to know where Marina and I both are going to sit in the car and get a guesstimate of it. I'd still like to move the pedals somehow, maybe put a pedal box in it, but that's probably beyond something that we're going to do at least immediately. Just because I'd rather have a pedal box that I can move closer to me, because if not, I'm like hugging the steering wheel like an old lady, because my feet are short and pushing in the clutch. Concrete anchor, masonry bit, drive, concrete anchor. Oh, yep. So I'm going to use a drill that was never designed to have a bit like this, and we're going to try to drill some really wicked mean holes in some concrete for the tubing bender. It's probably not going to work. Everything that I have here, minus seat hardware, is probably not going to work. Let's just be honest. But let's give it a try.
Means the hole, got means the hole, got means the hole. Dude, we're crooked as shit. Damn it.
Yeah, as you can see, there's only 3 in there because it's not gonna work. Just like everything else out in this shop, I have to screw up and then do it right. So what I'm gonna do is the hole in the bottom of the tubing bender is 1/2 inch. When I spoke to my brother, he said get 1/2 inch hardware because he was probably thinking about the hole size. No, I need something just slightly smaller, then I can use the right drill bit and have everything I need. So no big deal. You got to think the tool's what, $4, and each sleeve is like $1.20 or something. So it's really not bad. But we're gonna have to move the bender again because I put 3 of them in the ground. 2 of them line up. The third one does not. The first one I put in does not line up. But when I drove them into the concrete, the concrete squished it, so I can't even get them in there. So yeah, no big deal. And I have a hammer drill on the way so that I can bust through it and not be using an air drill. So I'm going to have to give it another attempt and then come back. It's mounted. Officially mounted in the wrong direction, mind you. The tubing, I think, is aimed back this way. Whatever, I can turn it later. I only got a small piece of tube from the first cut with the bandsaw. I'm gonna clean this up, and we're gonna see if the keeper that I have will actually even work, because I don't think it will, but we shall see if it will. We get one more shot at this before the battery dies, so I gotta get it right. A couple things I need to follow along with the fabrication series, whatever one it happens to be, because I know it's one, then with the X'd out, and then something. But whatever it happens to be, I'm gonna go follow along starting next episode, doing his basics, his basic run through stuff, creating the cheater bar, doing all that stuff. I just gotta get markers. All I have is red and black, and red you can see pretty decent. Black on this you cannot. Now, you saw the bender kind of struggling, and it's going to, because this is pushing it. It's 120 wall. It's really, really heavy, tough stuff. Now, it is ERW, yes. I chose ERW because it's dirt cheap. Now people are like, oh, well, my safety. That's why they have safety standards. That if you use ERW to whatever the other one is, to chromoly, to whatever, there's different wall thicknesses, because that's the point. This is within safety restrictions, so it'll be good. There are some cool things that I did talk to a guy that actually builds like custom chassis and all this stuff, and he showed some really cool little, or told me some really cool tips on when we go to put this together in the car, of just various stuff that cheating methods. And I don't know if fabrication, whatever, I don't know if that guy covers them, but you'll see them in here. You'll see me going through everything. You'll see all that. But for now, I'm going to get off here because I have to work my other job. So, yes, we're at least making progress, and this is a massive, massive weight off my shoulders. There's been a lot going into getting this bender down here, getting it set up, getting new holes, getting it faced the wrong direction because it's aimed that way when it needs to be aimed either that way or this way. And then somehow, some way, I need to start reorganizing the shop. Most of this stuff can all be taken down. And once I take this down, all that stuff in the front of the shop is actually supposed to go back there. So it's not a problem. I got places for it. The seats are going to go in the car, so that's going to at least free up a crap ton of space in here. But I've accumulated parts, and that's the problem. I'm accumulating parts. I don't have anywhere to put them because I can't put them on the car yet, because I'm missing other parts. But that's fine. We will figure it out, because that's what we do. We wing it here. But this, I guess, wasn't winging it because it worked. I'm going to call Pro Tools, and I'm going to try to get the proper keeper. Yep. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Mad respect to all y'all building all this cool stuff. And, you know, it's what's close to me. People that actually build shit themselves. And I appreciate you all watching. I really do. Hopefully here soon. Actually, it is coming up pretty decently soon. A little bit left. I'll have a little mini Shetland running around here. Well, not running, more like just crying, screaming, and puking, peeing, and shitting. But yeah, we're getting close. But for now, I'm gonna get off here, go to do my other worky jobby thingy. I won't have time for days to work on this because I've got my other worky jobby thingy. I've got the shop down in Arkansas that I work at too. So needless to say, I'm busy right now. But yeah, it bends. That's the whole thing. This whole fucking episode was fucking good.